Hello, Virgo. Welcome to your reading with me, Cindy. So Virgo, we're going to do blind spot. I say this week. It takes me usually a little more than a week to get through the whole zodiac. So everyone's going to get blind spot reading this week. And I'm doing a different deck. I think that I did with Leo. Leo was a couple days ago that I did that. So I'm going to use my Divine Animal Oracle deck. For you guys, and then I'm also going into the Wild Unknown Animal Spirit Oracle deck, and we're going into the Witch's Tarot, and we're going to do all sorts of stuff. Find out what the blind spot is, what you don't see coming, and then I'm going to kind of, with some of the other cards, the decks there, I'm going to kind of ask, like, well, how's this going to make you feel? How might you react to this blind spot when it comes through for you? There's also an extended at the end of this reading. So if this reading resonates for you and you're drawn to the extended, the link is at the top of the description in this video. All right, Virgo. Blind spot for Virgo. What is the blind spot for Virgo? What did they not see coming? Energy of themselves, a shift or something outside of them that is coming towards them. Trying a new incense stick and I don't like it. It's too strong. Oh, what do you have here? You have song lines and leadership. Okay, the first thing I'm hearing with this is some sort of inspiration. There's inspiration coming to you. It's almost as if like hearing some sort of, you're driving somewhere, maybe you hear a brand new song and you can hear the lyrics really clearly, or you're intrigued by a song, you get home and you look it up. What are the lyrics to this? Some sort of inspiration here for you. And in terms of leadership, for some of you too, this may also be some form of contact. Just the way the whales are all coming down towards her to communicate. Definitely something to do with songs. And this leadership, like giving you, removing obstacles here too. Like just seeing Ganesha here, just thinking of that, like the God who removes the obstacles, helps you remove obstacles from your life, helps you move forward. There's definitely some form of inspiration here that's coming towards you through song. Strategy, red fox is at the bottom. Very androgynous energy with this one, very androgynous. This could be coming through masculine or feminine energy or something that doesn't even, maybe not even have a classification. Well, this is intriguing. Okay, so now what I want to ask first is how's this going to make you feel? Right? I mean, could be good. God. Let's see. How is this blind spot going to make Virgo feel? Ooh. Alert, cautious, watchful, inquisitive, curious. What's going on? Okay, yeah, you have my attention. I'm kind of getting that, like, oh, you have my attention. Interesting reading. The Scorpion is at the bottom. Okay, I'm hearing either fight or flight. Flight. But the rabbit is not so much of a flight. Maybe with the Scorpion energy, that's sort of underlying. Flight or... Why? Oh, I'm so intrigued. We need to get some tarot cards out on this now. Internally, it feels like internally there'll be some sort of a fight or flight energy going on for you, but you'll stand. I feel like you'll stand and you'll watch and you'll try to... So like these cards coming out, it feels more like you could be engaged in some sort of activity or communication with other people when the song lines and the leadership come through. Could be a message from someone too. It's going to very much get your attention. Whatever this is going to get your attention. It's some sort of communication to wake you up too. I mean, she looks like she's sleeping. She looks like she's sleeping and the orcas are coming in to wake her up. The song lines didn't work. Oh, that's what it is. Okay, so there's going to be either someone has been communicating to you or hasn't been able to. It's been subtle. It feels like it's been kind of subtle up to this point, or whenever, up to the point of when this blind spot comes in for you. Now, the leadership, I'm not too sure. How do you take the lead here? Is it putting the ball in your court? But it definitely feels like communication becomes a little more obvious. If something has been, and it could even be like, it could be romantic, it could be at work. Like maybe you haven't been sure, I don't know if my boss is really happy with me lately, or I don't know what Sally in accounting is. But then if someone's been kind of subtle and you haven't really understood something clearly about them or about a situation, it's the subtlety is removed here. There's an attempt to remove the subtlety. Like it's almost like the songs didn't wake up this person. So now they're coming in for the touch. And then it gets your attention. You're up. But it startles you for some reason. It's sneaky with the strategy in the red fox. Okay, let's get into the tarot. Tarot, tell us more about, actually tell us more about the leadership card. It is removing an obstacle. Does it make something known or was unknown? Removing an obstacle. Look at that. It could make a choice really obvious for you with the Seven of Cups. Giving you ability to take the lead here on something. Having like the facts that you didn't have before. The song lines. I'm just pulling from the top. The Ace of Pentacles, look at that. This is going to start something new. This is switching an energy around for you here. But these two underlines are really curious to me because this is kind of the strategy with the fox, and this is very androgynous, and it's kind of, if I remember, it has something to do with a Japanese myth or fable, and this person could lure others. But like I don't want to use the word sneaky. It's a little covert. That's my new favorite replacement word for sneaky. It's kind of covert. And then with this scorpion, like these are both your underline. There's something covert here, but there's a strategy behind it. I'm going to be honest. This feels like it's linked to something outside of you. This card, the Divine Animal Oracle, because it goes in with the song lines and the leadership. So it does feel like sort of someone or something from outside of you comes forward or comes towards you in a less subtle way. But there's still, is it because it's something is being strategized and it's kind of leaving you? This feels more like you to me, because I asked, how will this make you feel? And the rabbit came out and the underline is here. So you can see how this is kind of linked to you, to your emotions and feelings about the situation. And this card is linked to what is this blind spot. So it's like cautious, interested, curious, alert, paying attention. What? But this is a flight or fight or situation. I don't know if fight is the right word. It just sort of trying to figure out the best way to react, to move forward with what this is for you. So the rabbit, your attention is here. It has your attention. Ah, there could be some victory for you. Look at this, Six of Wands. Oh, what? So this feels like it's good. It feels like it's good, whatever this is coming in, because when it gets your attention, it's got, oh, huh? What did you say? What was that? Did you just hear what Bobby Joe said? Come on, these names. I don't know. It's like, what? What was that? This could be some victory here. Something worth celebrating. Oh, really? What? No. Come on. No. The strategy. Let's see what's going on. Companionship, responsibility, and happiness. Oh, these are, okay, there's more underneath here. These are all in the upright. Okay, we have strategy, companionship, leadership. Oh, no, sorry. Why did I say that? Oh, you already have that over here. Responsibility and happiness. It's almost like a balance here, right? Like a strategy to have perhaps companionship and a sense of responsibility will bring happiness. Because you also have the leadership card. So that kind of goes hand in hand with the responsibility card. This is curious. This is very curious. This is definitely like unraveling a little mystery here. So it does feel like your blind spot is perhaps some sort of mystery. Getting a healthier set of breadcrumbs to solving some sort of mystery. This strategy, what is this strategy? Why is there a strategy? Okay, no, I feel like I know why there's a strategy. Because there's something going on here regarding companionship and responsibility. So there's a balance. Like, this dude seems really responsible for all of these other animals here. Got to get them, you know, we got to help you figure out what you got to do for the day, painting your stripes and your spots, giving you a unique identity. And then you do have the leadership too, which is, and with Ganesh, removing obstacles, allowing work to flow properly, allowing relationships to flow well, allowing people to accomplish tasks and meet goals. I get kind of all that with leadership and an elephant, Ganesh. Also, someone having, with the elephant too, like, they often say that elephants, like, remember everything. They remember everything. They know quite a bit of information. So there is a sense of responsibility going on here. But the companionship and the happiness are on either side of that. That's interesting too, isn't it? So that's one way to be looking at this. The companionship and the happiness are on either side of this responsibility. And there's a strategy. So it seems as if the strategy here is, how do you link the companionship? How do you bring the companionship together to create happiness when there's responsibility that sits between them? There, I needed to talk that through. Okay, wasn't quite on right. You see what I'm saying? Does that make sense to you? I feel like you're right here with me. Is it coming together? But you, whatever this information that comes in for you, I mean, you're like, whoa, what? Huh? Okay, paying attention now. So I see what the strategy is. So I'm not going to clarify that. I don't know if I need to clarify it at all now that I talked it all out. Yeah, so an Ace of Pentacles is connected to the song lines. And the song lines, to me, feels like communication was subtle before and it didn't work. So then something almost comes to, like, they're not quite touching. The orcas are not quite touching the girl in the picture. It could be body language. Pay close attention, Virgo. Pay close attention. There's definitely something coming towards you that feels like it perhaps gives you a more robust trail of breadcrumbs towards some sort of answer here. And this answer seems linked to a strategy that involves companionship and happiness, but that companionship is separated from the happiness by responsibility and perhaps leadership. So the Scorpion card, let's see what this is all about. It's the only one in the underline. Everything else is reversed. So the Scorpion card here, let's clear it. Why do you feel like the moon? Because you don't know shit. You don't know shit, man. You got no idea. Yeah, this is so funny. It's something you don't know. Or you don't know the whole thing. The breadcrumb's going to get stronger. Just remember too with this card, like this one to me really amplifies the whole idea about our fears are so much bigger than the reality of them. Like the reflection, I don't know, that cat in there is huge. It's just you and it's just the, you know, it's how it's illuminating. The reflection is working in there. It's not, things are not as scary as as your mind can perceive them to be. I like the way the little witchy is flying away from this situation. Interesting too, the way the cat is looking. Okay, so this black cat that's being reflected looks more like a panther because it's also got a different head and face. It's kind of like looking, being brave enough to look into into your reflection, and B, to look into what may drive your fears here. And then once you sort of recognize that and say, hey, I'm kind of brave here. It's almost like seeing another aspect of yourself too in this reflection. And then once you've conquered that, and then you can go on this path to enlightenment. I know that seems like an awful lot more in depth from everything else that I've spoken about here, but yeah, because the scorpion is ready to strike. The scorpion is just kind of fed up, or I usually describe it as someone who's sitting at the dinner table and somebody asks them to pass the salt and they freak out. That's if you wanted salt. They don't put enough salt in the food. Like, that's not really the issue. It's like a whole bunch of other things, or perhaps, I don't know. Maybe this person always complains that you don't put enough salt in the cooking. And he's like, had enough. That's it. Like, it seems like a minor thing, but that's enough of that. That's what that scorpion feels like. So maybe that's enough of that, of looking into the reflection, realizing that your fears are really, your projection of them are much larger than what the reality of them is. And then taking the path to enlightenment. Follow the witch. She's going this way. Huh, this is quite interesting. I'm not done yet. What's the responsibility? What kind of responsibility is going on here to sit between companionship and happiness? Two of Wands and the Hermit. Responsibility to thyself. Somebody could be doing some self-care here. That's really interesting. Somebody is involved in some strong self-care. Perhaps you are. Because with the Scorpion in the moon, like I could see that happening for sure. You're involved in some deep self-care here. And there's some energy coming towards you to wake you up and move you forward. Taking a strong responsibility upon yourself. I get this feeling though that someone feels responsible. It's a weird thing to say. I don't know about your happiness because we can't really be responsible for other people's happiness, but perhaps some link to some sort of companionship here. They feel a responsibility towards that. With the Two of Wands and the Hermit. The Death card is at the bottom. So something is about to come to an end so that something else can get up off the ground here. I'm going to just clarify the Six of Wands. I want to know why you see victory here. Because to me, we look at everything else and all the complicated energy getting you there. That's the key. You get, after this blind spot comes in, how it makes you feel. You're like the rabbit. You're kind of cautious, but you're aware and you're paying attention. And why? Because there could be some victory here for you. There's definitely finding success on the other side of this. I saw one. The King of Swords. The King of Swords, there's definitely some very factual information coming towards you. There's some very factual information coming towards you, and it looks damn good, man. It gives you sort of the opportunity here. So the King of Swords was the first thing that came out with this Six of Wands. And then we have the Seven of Pentacles and the Two of Pentacles. But that leads to the Ten of Pentacles and the Judgment card. It almost like it allowed to pave the road. It kind of allows you to see this path. You could call it enlightenment, but the enlightenment, what does that lead you to? So you could say, okay, I have a point of enlightenment. I feel like really aware now. I've gone through like my shadow work. I've looked at the deeper parts of me that piss me off and that piss me off about the world. And I've reconciled that. And I'm feeling, you know, like that's sort of your enlightenment. And then seeing people and situations on a new level and in a different way, from having a broader perspective about you and everyone else. So, okay, that's the path. But then what do you do with it? So what do? You just sit at home and go, I am so enlightened now. I'm going to have my Cheetos and watch Netflix. You want to do something better with it, right? So that's what this is. This is like, okay, now you can take that and then you can move forward and you can strategize. It gives you the ability, something comes towards you, some sort of information. It's pretty cut and dry. I don't think that you're going to be mistaken about whatever this information is if you're not sure in the past. If you weren't sure how Bobby Joe or Sally Sue in accounting felt about you, I love those names, they're so much fun, felt about you, then you're going to know. If, whatever it is in your life, okay, I'm feeling like a lot of you will already, Virgo, you guys are really good at picking apart sorts of stuff. You're going to see stuff here that I'm not picking up on because it's really particular and pertains exactly to your life. So you're going to know what that is. And it's going to be very like cut and dry. You're going to understand it. It's going to be very clear. And it enables you to take sort of this enlightenment that you've achieved and to have an actual practical way forward with it. You're going to actually have an ability to make some choices here. And the choices that you can make are pretty damn good. So it kind of feels like taking abundance. If you've had some sort of abundance in the past and you've lost that, or it could be work too. Like maybe some of you are going to start going back to work, like a place, a building, a structure where a lot of other people meet and you make coins and you work together, like a judgment, a rebirth in this. So that's good. It's good. This blind spot is actually good. And it took us some time to get clarity on it. But I myself, I kind of like where it's going for you. And you got the Hermit at the bottom again. Isn't that funny? I'm just going to say it. So here you have the Hermit with the Two of Cups in reverse. And here you have the Death card with the Two of Cups in reverse. I don't know. So maybe it's flipping that for you. Whatever that is, whoever, what that means to you. There you go. I'm going to go do the extended and I'm going to look into further advice for you as well as possible outcomes should you take the advice, Virgo. That's it. All right, sexy Virgo. Thank you so much. Until next time, do be gentle with yourselves. Bye.